who commanded the headlines, as Rob McLean discovered.
Rangers manager Walter Smith has to make 2 changes from the team which beat Hibs here last week to keep them at the top of the Premier Division. Skipper Richard Gough is suspended, so Dave McPherson returns after missing the last 9 games. And injured Gordon Durie won't be risked, so 24-goal Mark Hateley is partnered up front by this man, Ali McCoist, on his 3rd comeback attempt of the season after various injuries. It's only the 7th time he's been in the starting lineup, the last was in November, although he still managed to score 4 goals. And now for something completely different. Not too many problems for Billy Lamont in picking this Alloa team with only 14 players in his squad. Central defender Colin Campbell, sent off against Stenhousemuir last week, misses out. Willie Newbigging will move back into the defence, and experienced Peter Lamont slots in further forward. It's unlikely to be a quiet afternoon for Jim Butter, the keeper whose surname could spark off more than a few Sunday paper headlines. Signed from St Johnstone, he was man of the match in the 3rd round defeat of Ross County, and so far hasn't lost a Tennant Scottish Cup goal. The man in the middle this afternoon is Jerry Evans from Bishopbriggs. And Alloa kick off on a big day in the lives of all these players. Just getting here assures them of a cheque approaching £100,000, the club. Now they're embarking on another mission to give the holders the fright of their lives. McCall racing on, Mikhailichenko tries to pick him out, but it wasn't the ball McCall was looking for. That was a promising break down the left. Robertson's long throw, looks for Hateley. Away from McCullough. Tate it was. Ian Ferguson, McCoist. There's the shot, rattling off the top of the crossbar. Well, he's short of top team action as Ali McCoist. When he gets in the box and finds the ball, he knows what to do with it. Rangers pushing forward in numbers. Mikhailichenko, McPherson again. Ferguson this time. Hateley's head. Ferguson! Fine save by Jim Butter. Ian Ferguson really caught that one. And Butter, who is so outstanding in the last round against Ross County, again showing his abilities on the goal line. Knocked down by Hateley. Not a good attempt at the clearance from McNiven. And Ferguson really caught that shot. Butter's organising. What a chance that was for Mark Hateley. Don't think he thought it was coming to him, because he was completely unmarked for the header from that corner. Hateley so close there to goal number 25 of the season. It was more surprise, I think, that made Mark Hateley put the header off target. Well, Jim Butter's kept a clean sheet for the first 12 minutes of this match. Ian Ferguson, that's a fine ball which finds Stuart McCall. Hateley running to the near post, there's Mikhailichenko. And Ferguson! And again it's Butter well behind it. Didn't have to move quite so far as he did for the last one from Ferguson. But again it was powerfully hit. Jim Butter showing no shortage of confidence in dealing with these long-range efforts. It was well saved. Ali McCoist comes short for it. Tackled from behind by Gavin Tate. And a free kick for that challenge. And McCoist looking for the layoff, and that was late from Tate. Ferguson's free kick, nodded down, and that was a tremendous save from Trevor Stephen by Jim Butter. He couldn't have seen too much of that one. This time diving to his left, not only stopped it but held it. Dave McPherson's knocked down, Trevor Stephen was sharp, and Butter even sharper. David Robertson has it. Hateley to Mikhailichenko, saw the run and directed the header downwards. McInerney did superbly well with the tackle. Trevor Stephen comes across to take the corner. John Brown and Dave McPherson are in the area. Here's McPherson. Calls alongside Ferguson if he wants him. Back to Stevens. Gary Stevens again, and John Brown. Plenty of passing, but Rangers want the ball in the box. Now it is there from Brown, and the header from Mark Hateley. You can't get much closer than that. John Brown's cross, and the Hateley header rocketing back off the bar. Well, Rangers getting closer and closer to this opening goal. Hateley underneath it again, there's the header, and there's the McCoist head flick. But Jim Butter clutches the ball to his chest. Trevor Stevens' corner, obviously difficult for Alloa to contend with Mark Hateley, and there was the McCoist head flick. Ian Ferguson, Mark Hateley's away, only McCoist in support at the moment. Actually, Mikhailichenko's there if he wants him. Turn from Trevor Stephen. Chance for the cross. Butter's fingertips and gets it at the second attempt. Maybe a touch fortunate there, Jim Butter, as he failed to grab it at the first attempt. It was a teasing cross from Ukrainian Mikhailichenko. It was curling out and away from the goalkeeper, but he certainly reacted well to foil Trevor Stephen. Gary Stevens, and Stephen, shooting chance, still not cleared. Mikhailichenko just lobs it up, still not away, and it's off the post, and in from Ian Ferguson. Rangers fans cheer with as much relief as delight. Ian Ferguson, who's had plenty of attempts in the first half, finally succeeds. Trevor Stephen initially looked for the shooting opportunity, it broke back off McCulloch, and eventually it found its way across to Ian Ferguson, and this time scoring off the inside of the post. So Alloa, who've defended so bravely for the first half hour or so, are finally breached. There's Andy Willock, McCormack, tackled by Dave McPherson, across comes Gary Stevens, Lamont wins it. It's a good cross, and what a chance at the far post for Andy Willock. The Rangers fan, he's got two bond seats here, so close to scoring against the team he supports. Lamont's cross, and the header not too far away. Hateley knocks it down for Mikhailichenko. There's a good cross. McCoist can't quite get the contact. McCulloch turned it back, and Alloa are in trouble here. It's an indirect free kick. Well, it looked as if Alloa had dealt with the immediate problem, which was McCoist's opportunity in the area, but the pass back held by Butter, and that of course means an indirect free kick, and some frantic goings on now as every Alloa player is behind the ball, and Rangers have a golden chance to make it two, working out their tactics. John Brown and Mark Hateley on the ball, Stephen, Ferguson, Mikhailichenko all behind it. Ali McCoist is there as well. What do Rangers have up their sleeve? Brown to McCoist. It's off target. Consolation for Steve McCormack. A wry smile on the face of Ali McCoist. The one thing he didn't want to do there was not put it on target. Rangers happy to be in front, but they'd like the lead to be a bit more convincing. The minutes in the first half ticking away. Ali McCoist wins a corner kick. came off Gavin Tate, who was claiming otherwise, and maybe he had a case judging by the face of Ali McPherson. Trevor Stevens' corner. Haitley's there. It's away from John McNiven. Ferguson has Brown inside, but picks out Trevor Stephen. Turns inside McInerney. McPherson scores! It's 2-0. And on his comeback game, Dave McPherson gives Rangers a healthier looking first half lead. It was maybe a rash challenge that by McInerney, because it allowed Trevor Stephen time to measure the cross, and McPherson made the most of it. It's a loose one again from Butter, which Mark Haitley couldn't quite pick up on, but Mikhailichenko has it, and Stephen through the middle. Trevor Stephen couldn't quite get there. Having a few problems with the kicks, Jim Butter, but he certainly hasn't had any problems with his hands. He's pulled off a series of magnificent first half saves, but eventually Butter was beaten after 32 minutes when Ian Ferguson scored for Rangers. Huge sigh of relief around the stadium, and Dave McPherson's header from Trevor Stevens' cross made it 2. But Alloa have retained their pride and can take a lot from this first half performance, but they trail Rangers by 2 goals to 0.